Chapter 6. Some time elapsed before I learned the history of my friends. It was one which could not fail to impress itself deeply on my mind, unfolding, as it did, a number of circumstances, each interesting and wonderful to one so utterly inexperienced as I was. The name of the old man was de Lacy. He was descended from a good family in France, where he had lived for many years in affluence, respected by his superiors and beloved by his equals. His son was bred in the service of his country, and Agatha had ranked with by the promise of her hand in marriage as soon as he could be conveyed to a place of safety. Felix was too delicate to accept his offer, yet he looked forward to the probability of the event as to their daughter in the tenets of her religion, and taught her to aspire to higher powers of intellect and independence of spirit forbidden to the female flowers of infantile amusements, ill suited to the temper of her soul. Now accustomed to grand ideas and a noble emulation of virtue, the prospect of marrying a Christian and remaining in a country where women plans. He loathed the idea that his daughter should be united to a Christian, but he feared the resentment of Felix if he should appear lukewarm, for he knew that he was still in the power of his daughter with him, to take his daughter with him when he departed. His plans were facilitated by the news which arrived from Paris. The government of France were greatly in torture to him. He quickly arranged with the Turk that if the latter should find a favourable opportunity for escape before Felix could return to Italy, Safie should remain as a boarder at a convent at exile from their native country. They found a miserable asylum in the cottage in Germany, where I discovered them. Felix soon learned that the treacherous Turk for whom he and his family preyed on the heart of Felix and rendered him, when I first saw him, the most miserable of his family. He could have endured poverty, and while this distress had been the meed of his virtue, he gloried in it. When the news reached Leghorn that Felix was deprived of his wealth and rank, the merchant commanded his daughter to think no more of her lover,